What is your take on the Commanders right now and where they can go, given where they are? Jayden Daniels being hurt again.
I think that's more of a Jayden Daniels thing than his build kind of thing, but it's also his play style. I mean, he runs more than most quarterbacks, and quarterbacks who run more are normally more prone to getting hurt.
So, Devin, you said all this trash about Jalen Hurts last time, and did you see the game he had?
What did he do?
He had a damn near perfect game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, but he's not like... Yeah, he did. He had a perfect passer rate. Oh, I remember this game against the Vikings. Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, I don't know. I think the best measure of how good a quarterback is their consistency and what they do for you on a week-by-week basis, and Hurts doesn't do that for me in that regard.
Hello, and welcome to What Your Mama Didn't Tell You, the podcast. Go Birds, all of that. So let's get to it. Rashee Rice suspended. What is that about?
I think he hit a girl or a guy with his car.
But he's back now, right?
Yeah, I think he's coming back soon. If not this week, maybe next week.
I think he played last week.
Did he? He might be right.
Pretty sure.
He might be right.
Pretty sure he played last week. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
I
last
think-
week was his first week
Is he
back.
Yeah,
back?
you're right. He did. He was back last week.
Oh,
Got 2
okay.
touchdowns.
Yeah,
I
he's
remember that.
nice, bro. He's so good.
Stefon Diggs, partying like a rock star from the
That
New
was-
England Patriots.
When was that? Did that happen recently?
No, this is recent.
It says Stefon Diggs boat incident refers to a viral video from May 2025 that showed the NFL wide receiver on a boat with several women holding a small baggie containing a pink, unidentified substance. This video, which surfaced shortly before the New England Patriots voluntary team workouts, sparked a social media firestorm and led to scrutiny from the team.
So, did you hear that Aaron Rodgers is deciding that finally that he's going to retire?
I did not know that. Did he actually say
Yeah.
that
Yes, he said that. He's still playing, but he said he's going to retire.
after the season?
I'm not sure if he defined the timeline. I'm assuming it's after
No,
the
this
season,
is
but
this is his last year.
yeah, I'm assuming he'll play the season out.
He says that
But,
he plans to retire with the Packers.
Yeah, well, how do you feel about that? I mean, given the last vintage game that he and Flacco played, how do you feel about that?
He should retire. He's not the same guy.
What do you think, Reese?
I still think he's very good, serviceable QB. Like, he still has great games where it's like I'm watching vintage Aaron Rodgers. But I think he should go back to the Packers, serve as a mentor for Jordan Love next season, and then call it quits.
So you think he should go back to the Packers one more time? I
He
think they
said he's
play the
going- he-
Packers.
He said
Go
he's
ahead.
going back to the Packers.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah.
So play where? In front of Jordan Love? Or to
No.
sit behind him?
Sit behind him. He said, it says Rodgers plans to retire with Packers when done.
Oh, okay. All right. I can see him doing that, just coaching him some more.
Yeah.
So I think they play the Packers soon, right? Is it today or tomorrow?
Do they play this week?
I think they play this week.
They play this week coming. Yeah. So that should be interesting to see the mentor and the mentee. Because I think Jordan Love sat behind him for about 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 years, I don't know.
So let's talk about the NFL being upside down right now, right? There's momentum swings all over the place. Browns, Commanders, Bengals, Titans. Let's just run it down. Let's go down each one of these. What is your take on the Commanders right now and where they can go, given where they are? Jayden Daniels being hurt again. Check out our episode on Does Size Matter? I said it earlier. Everybody didn't agree with me. What do you say now, Devin?
About what?
Jayden Daniels being hurt again.
I think that's more of a Jayden Daniels thing than his build kind of thing, but yeah, that
Say
thing could
more.
be playing a factor. He's just getting hurt because it's also his play style. I mean, he runs more than most quarterbacks, and quarterbacks who run more are normally more prone to getting hurt. Like Lamar Jackson, he used to be a skinnier quarterback. He put on weight. He still gets hurt sometimes. He got hurt less, so that could be a factor, but correlation does not exactly equal causation, and I'd be wary about attributing just size to the reason why he's getting hurt.
Okay. Reese, what are your thoughts?
I don't really know. I mean, I think the Commanders rely on him a lot to kind of play his brand of football and run and do this, that, and the third, and play make, and just kind of get it done. And I think that takes a toll on you. And he wanted to come back so quickly from his last injury, so I think he kind of probably did rush coming back, which probably left him susceptible to getting injured again. So it's one of those things where it happens. Hopefully he can get back to where he needs to be.
Well, that brings up an interesting question for me in my mind. Are the quarterbacks playing too many positions? And does that make them decrease their longevity?
I don't know. I mean, I think quarterbacks are just evolving. They're doing more. And I think because they're doing more, it's like, oh, maybe that's why they're getting hurt. Maybe that's why. But we haven't seen the longevity of this generation yet, of the Lamar Jacksons, of the Josh Allens, of the Joe Burrows. Although sometimes they are hurt. Joe Burrow's been hurt. I don't think we can say yet. So it's too early to tell, I'd say.
What are your thoughts, Devin?
I don't think they're playing too many positions. I mean, they're just, quarterbacks are more mobile now. They're more players than they are just like sort of distributors as they've been in the past. Yeah, teams build around their legs sometimes and rely on them as athletes. And because of that, more injuries are going to pile up. And I think that's the main reason why that's happening.
Well, I guess we should look down the list, and we'll talk about later about how many quarterbacks are hurt right now, because I'm starting to think that maybe they're doing too much, but we'll see. Let's talk about the Eagles, my Eagles, who are playing today. So there's a lot of controversy, continues to be controversy about their locker room. Do you think A.J. Brown should stay or go?
I don't know. It depends. Like, if he wants to play competitive football and win a championship, maybe, or have a chance to win another championship, then he should stay. But truthfully, they don't use him well. And I think for what they pay him, they're not using him enough to justify that contract. He probably should go.
What are your thoughts, Reese?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they're using him correctly at all. I think when Jalen Hurts decides how he's going to use A.J. Brown, then he uses A.J. Brown well. So I think there's like kind of like a rift or tension between the front office or like the coaching staff and kind of what the players and how the players believe. So I think, I mean, for him, in his best interest, I would explore trade options. I would explore other destinations I want to go to. I've heard the Steelers for him. What's another team that I heard, Devin? Have you heard any other teams for A.J. Brown?
I don't think the Steelers fit anymore with the DK Metcalf stuff and the way they've been playing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other contending teams that would need A.J. Brown.
There was somebody else that he played with in college that they were saying that he would connect with.
I don't know.
There's a
lot of good options, though. I mean, the Patriots would be nice. They have Stefon Diggs, though. They just paid him a bunch of money. They really can't.
Yeah, but Stefon Diggs is like a 2, though. He's not like a wide receiver 1 right now.
Okay. And Devin was saying he's being paid like a 1, though.
Yeah. Well, that's just a contract that he had before.
Right.
So they signed him to an extension, too.
For how much?
I'll look up the details. I remember when he went to the Patriots, they signed him to a massive extension. Yeah, 3 years, $69 million with 26 guaranteed just with the Patriots.
Wow.
So it's kind of hard to get rid of that.
They don't have a lot of room, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough time, but I know that their trade deadline's coming up soon, right? I think, is it November 4th? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who do you think are some of the great, like, potential people to get traded? From my understanding, the Steelers are looking for people, the 49ers are, the Patriots are. Who do you think should go there or might be good candidates for there, if you have any idea?
I'd say A.J. Brown is the number 1 person that everybody's looking at to see if he gets traded.
Yeah.
Who else, Devin?
For trade? I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a lot of movement at this deadline.
The Ravens have to make a move.
Yeah. I think this year's kind of shot.
For the Ravens? Wait, for the Ravens? Why do you say that?
Because they're 1-5.
You have no hope that they could kind of be resurrected?
I don't know if any 1-5 team has ever made the playoffs.
Poor Lamar. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's quite a few, I think 12 teams that have less than a $10 million cap. So there's a lot of movement, I think, that will happen at the wide receiver and kind of like the cornerback position before the deadline. But I think there might be mid-tier people. They might not be like, big names. Yeah. So did you hear that C.J. Gardner was going to the Texans from the Eagles?
Did he get traded or did he, what happened?
Yeah, I guess, I don't know if he got traded or sent. I would say he got sent because apparently he made a comment about Taylor Swift and Kelsey. It was not a nice thing he said about the Swifties after we won the Super Bowl. Clearly, Kelsey and Taylor didn't think it was funny. And apparently he's now going to the Texans. So he deleted all his social media. And that's an interesting question. Like, for athletes saying stuff on social media, right? What's the line? What draws the line? Where is it too much? I'm talking to you.
Are you talking to me? Well, I'm the only one here. So you must be talking to me.
Yes, you. We want to know what you think. We want to know. Subscribe, like, and definitely, please comment. We want to hear from you. You may not agree, and that's okay. Like, you may not agree with my birds, but that's okay. We want to hear from you.
It's wherever your boss decides is too much.
Well, his boss clearly decided this was too much. So, yeah, apparently, I guess there might be some cleaning house going on. So, what do you think? How do you think the Eagles are going to do today against the Giants?
I think that's an easy dub.
I don't think it'll
But
be easy.
wait, is Jackson Dart still out?
But yeah, is he out?
So yeah, it's an L for
We're going to get Russell. We're going to whoop that you know what.
on.
Oh, he's playing, I think.
Oh,
He's playing.
Jackson Dart is playing?
So that could be a good game then. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I think the Giants might win.
Okay, well, we'll come to predictions very soon. You can put your stake in the ground if you want to. So, Devin, you said all this trash about Jalen Hurts last time. And did you see the game he had?
What do you do?
He had a damn near perfect game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, but he's not like... Yeah, he did. He had a perfect passer. Oh, I remember this game against the Vikings. Yeah, that's impressive.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the best measure of how good a quarterback is their consistency and what they do for you on a week-by-week basis, and Hurts doesn't do that for me in that regard.
Okay, stop. Rome was not built in a day, and y'all need to start talking about the tush push. That's not all we do, and there is more to a dynasty than just plowing through some stuff. First of all, we have the hardest schedule in the league. Yes, I know we're the champions. We're supposed to. That's what everybody says. But bottom line is, even with that, we're still wrecking shop. Our record is still pretty good. Before everybody gets to talking about how bad the Eagles are and how there's all this drama in the locker room, there is supposed to be some friction if you're trying to get to a dynasty status. So let's take a chill pill. We got a couple of tush push episodes that I would love for you to see. Check that one out. Check that one out. So what team are you picking to surprise this week? Because let me just say, 6 divisions are led by people who were not expected, by teams that were not expected to be leading. 6 of the divisions right now, right? And that's why I keep saying the NFL is upside down. So like 6 of the 8 divisions. So what team, choose a team or choose a division and tell me what team you think is coming from the rear and just doing a surprise, and tell me why.
In the season this year, right now?
Yeah. In the next 2-3 games, yeah, because that's really going to determine a lot of the season.
The Bengals could end up making the postseason if Flacco can continue to play well, and they get Burrow back, I think, in like December. The Giants could go on a run, I guess. The Cowboys could, I suppose. It's tough with teams that are in really good divisions because you got to play those guys twice a year.
I think the Ravens are still gonna have. I think the Ravens are still gonna make the postseason. So I don't know if that's really like an underdog take. I don't know, but I also think the Steelers. I think the Buccaneers are dark horse.
What do you think about the Browns, their offense and their defense?
Their defense is really good. They're spectacular. Their offense
is bot.
Yeah, it needs a lot of work.
So
Definitely
where does
needs a lot
that
of
leave
work.
them, you think? Because that's a kind of case of what happens, right?
You go all in on Shadur Sanders, like every other good team does with a good young quarterback. You have it has a great defense. You let your quarterback develop. You get pieces and you place the pieces around him, and then from there you have a good team. Like, why would you sit around with like a bunch of serviceable QBs who are not going to be the future of your program and you know it? Like, I don't understand. Why are you playing Joe Flacco when your offense is butt? Like just play with Shadur Sanders. I don't understand. But
Devin, why do you think they're not playing him?
Shador?
Yeah.
I think he'll get a turn. Yeah, their quarterback situation is very odd in general. It's kind of tough to tell what they're going for in that regard, which sucks because they have a lot of great pieces on defense and they're kind of wasting their times, sort of. But yeah, they haven't figured it out, so I couldn't tell you what it's going to be either.
Did you hear that he had like some ticket for driving 101 miles an hour? He got pulled over.
Yeah,
When
that
was
was like in
that?
the summer though.
That was in the summer?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully he's not doing that anymore. I
Yeah.
guess maybe the one thing they might be looking for from him is like maturity. And I don't know if he shows that in practice enough to convince, because I feel like he's one of those people who, if you are mature and you're practicing and it's consistently being shown, then they will give you an opportunity. I feel like there's something other than maybe it's just his status, who he is and how he came in. That's kind of like, we have to teach you to get humble. Maybe the lesson is be humble. What do you guys think about that as being the lesson? Be humble.
Dylan Gabriel also might just be better.
He
Also,
might.
It's
He
got to be
might.
a possibility that
He-
we open ourselves to.
We know that the two of them don't have the same ability. They're not getting the same chance. Like, it's not like you're putting them out there and being like, oh, okay, we're
Well,
gonna give you.
They are.
Hold on. It's not like we're gonna give you the same amount of reps with the first team as we're giving Dylan Gabriel. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not. He's not getting the same amount of reps.
They drafted Gillen Gabriel higher.
Yeah, they drafted him higher. Why?
Right.
Just
but that was
because they wanted to.
Yeah,
No, that's not why. They didn't draft him before him because we just think we want Dylan Gabriel first, and then we want Shadur Sanders. Like, that's not what happened. I think they feel like they're trying to humble somebody, so that's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna try and do. But do I think it's gonna work? No, I don't think it's gonna work.
So how does he get? Because this is actually a very interesting point. Let's assume that they're trying to say be humble, right? He wants to be a starting quarterback. Those things are at odds if he doesn't show some degree of humility. That also stunts, I believe, his growth, right? So what is that middle ground? What does that look like for him to get on the field and prove whether or not he got something? There has to be a middle ground, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that's the way to really look at this. Well, now we're at a point where Joe Burrow's hurt for a significant amount of time.
Right.
Lamar Jackson's hurt for a significant amount of time. The AFC is pretty wide open. At this point, I mean, you're probably trying to play the best guy you have. This could just be a football decision. Like, that's a possibility. And they did trade Joe Flacco away in division, which...
Right. So maybe the issue is not with him doing something a specific way, but maybe management needs to become in line and be mainstreamed and streamlined, I should say. Maybe management needs to be streamlined in order for the right decisions to flow, to have the right people on the field. Maybe that's the issue. Could be it. I still think you need to be humble. Be humble, son. Be humble. It'll get you much further. My grandma always said you need to, oh gosh, I forgot how she said. She said, my grandma always said you need to smell some ish to get to the honey. And so, in other words, everything is not going to be pretty all the way to the honey part. You guys smell some stuff that don't smell so good. So just food for thought. So on to the Vikings. What do you think about the Vikings? They obviously are extremely inconsistent. What can they do different? Anything, or it's a wash at this point?
It might be Carson Wentz thing. It might be a too much turnover at quarterback thing. Could just be regression from last year. It's tough to say for sure. Plus, it's a really tough division. Yeah.
And the Broncos under Sean Payton? Do you like what you see?
I like the Broncos. Bo Nix is a good quarterback. I think with time, he's just going to get better. Their weapons are, I think that they could do better when it comes to like getting good offensive pieces around their quarterback. But their defense is good too. So I just like the brand of football that they play.
Did you know that guaranteed money in the league rose by 33% since 2020?
I did not.
Guaranteed money rose by 33% since 2020. And so obviously that makes it hard for people to move around easily because, a lot of money's signed up for early on. But the question then becomes, do you increase the cap? Do you cut people sooner because, and have the guarantee be structured differently? Partial guarantee models, hybrid models, because, otherwise there's just no flexibility and, you have to be committed to a player, but injury is a part of the sport, right? What are your thoughts around that?
I didn't expect that. I don't know why that is, but yeah, there's a lot more injuries, so I'm surprised that guaranteed money's going up. I don't know.
Devin, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I'd have to look at that. Is that like all the money's going up all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a different thing.
Due to like inflation and,
Right.
new TV and making more money, because the NFL is always making more money. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about or if
No, agents who are negotiating on behalf of players are saying we assume all the risk, meaning the players, and we want the security.
I know, but are you talking about the percentage of the contracts that are guaranteed, or are you talking about the overall guaranteed money? Because those are very two different things.
Overall guaranteed money on average rose by 33%.
Mom, overall money rose on average by probably a good deal every year. You talking about from last year to this year?
Money. So you're saying guaranteed money is a function of the money going up overall?
I think probably most of that is just the money going up. And because that's how it works. Like, that's just a percentage of the pie, and the pie keeps getting bigger. But if I would be more intrigued to hear about what the percentages of contracts that are guaranteed are, if they're rising or falling, and I'd imagine they're probably not rising as much as that figure, and they're probably more closer to plateauing.
The percentage of contracts with more guarantees is also rising. I believe that is, and we'll get the stats and show it, but I believe it's not just that overall proportionately it's rising, but that guaranteed money is being more negotiated heavily to protect players, which is great for the players because they assume the risk, but obviously makes teams less flexible. And so there has to be some medium ground. And I don't know what that's going to be, but we'll probably see some of that starting to happen in November here when they started doing all these trades and stuff, or tried to anyway. They may not be as in position to do it. So did you hear some people got fired already or cut? Did you hear about Ertz? Zach Ertz?
I know y'all cut.
No, he didn't get cuts, but he called the mid-season cuts cold-blooded.
Yeah,
It was like they're cold-blooded. There was a coach that was fired, though. I'm trying to remember what coach was it again?
it was Brian Callahan.
Yeah. Why was he fired?
Coach, because he sucks.
Who do you think is going to replace him?
They have an interim now. I don't know who they'll get for long term.
Okay, see, this is what I was talking about. So Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert, both stars are holding firm on their they want $60 million a year.
They already have $60 million a year, both of them.
I know.
Well, Dak does.
But I'm saying they're holding firm for it, right? And so right now, quarterbacks absorb 22% of the salary cap on average. 22% goes to one player.
That sounds about right.
So the rest of the team has to share the other 78%.
Mm-hmm.
One player. It's not sustainable, I don't think. Do you? Imagine like a Jayden Daniels right now holding 22% of the cap.
So the first fully guaranteed contract was given to Deshaun Watson by the Cleveland Browns. No, that was the most overall money. I think it was either that or Kyler Murray. I'd have to check because I don't have the numbers on hand. But they were both given ridiculous contracts. They were fully, at least mostly guaranteed. I think Deshaun got the most guaranteed money ever. I think Kyler got the only fully guaranteed contract in NFL history. That hasn't happened since because the owners colluded to make sure that they don't have to give out that much guaranteed money again. So it is sustainable because the owners will bring the pendulum back if it ever gets out of hand. And yeah, the numbers keep going up, but that's not actually indicative of anything changing. Like I imagine that 22% figure has been maybe probably slightly ticking up by like a half of a percent for the past couple of years. It is sustainable because as long as, that number is not going to increase that much in terms of what they get of the total pie. The numbers will go up because everyone's making more money, but it is sustainable because we've seen teams play quarterbacks more than that, and other teams have agreed that we're not going to do that, and that's not the market rate, and we're setting it and we're putting it back. Like it happened with Kyler Murray and Deshaun Watson, where it kind of ballooned, and then the owners colluded, and it's now back at a regular level.
So you think the pendulum will kind of stabilize itself, basically?
Mm-hmm. I feel like it always does.
Yeah. Reese, what about Mike McDaniel? Do you think he's going to get fired soon? Behind Justin Fields? Can you agree that Justin Fields should get fired now?
I never said he shouldn't. I just said I think he's a good talent. He's just bad. I don't know how to explain it.
They're 1-5. The Dolphins are 1-5.
They're 1-6.
1-6, sorry.
He's been there for a while though.
And?
Not really.
Don't we need some results?
I mean,
he's supposed to be a guru.
Yeah, I don't know. I think his roster is really bad. His front office is really bad.
You're thinking that, again, this is a management thing you're going back to, it sounds like.
Yeah,
All right,
you can't be terrible. You just want to be a terrible organization. They always blame it on the coaches. They do the same thing in the NBA.
No, Reese. We have no evidence that Mike McDaniels is a good head coach.
I'm not saying he's a good head coach. But what I'm saying is before you cut players, before you make a change in the office, you're gonna fire the coach first. The first person that always goes to the coach. That's
I agree with that, but and the Dolphins are a bad organization, but that doesn't the two things don't have to. You know what I mean? She asked you, should Mike McDaniels be fired? That was the original question. The answer to that is unequivocally yes.
Yes, yeah. I'm not saying the answer is not yes, but I'm just saying I'm just adding context to the situation and saying
fair.
This is what always happens.
The organization is failing them, but he's not a good head coach, I don't think.
Yeah. So maybe two things should happen then. Organization should be refined and he should go. So quarterback injury wave. So Lamar's injured ankle, Jayden Daniels shoulder, Ryder concussion, Tua ribs, Fields thumb. Yeah, it just goes back to what I was saying about, A, quarterbacks are eating up a lot of the salary cap. 2, I feel like they're doing too much. And 3, maybe while I agree with the era of the agile quarterback, I think maybe they need to focus on the basics from the quarterback position. And sometimes doing too much might put them in places that cause unnecessary injury. I don't think it's, there's some line in between at this point from what it used to be and what it is that I feel like is what it should be. But I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy for saying that.
Nearly 30% of NFL quarterbacks are already sidelined. just a third into the 2025 season. Early on, Joe Burrow went down with turf toe, Brock Purdy battled a toe injury, Jayden Daniels sprained his knee, Justin Fields suffered a concussion, and J.J. McCarthy hurt his ankle. Later came Lamar Jackson's hamstring, Kyler Murray's foot, Michael Penix Jr.'s knee, and Carson Wentz's season-ending shoulder injury. Almost one-third of starters out before midseason.
I think this is like the sort of like basketball three-point shooting thing where it's like, oh, these guys are shooting all these threes. But like, I mean, it's not as efficient as quarterback run plays, but I mean, the truth is it's incredibly valuable to have a guy who can, all the best quarterbacks in the league are dual threat quarterbacks. Like
So you
Patrick
think stick
Mahomes,
with it
Lamar
and keep
Jackson,
them?
Josh Allen, that's what you're trying to turn your guy into, you know? Yeah.
Reese, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that's just the new archetype. It just is what it is. I think either you're going to try and do that or you're going to try and do your own thing. You're going to make some new innovation, but that's kind of what football is. Like, if you're expecting to see 90s football, 2000s football, you're not going to see it.
The other part to it that I think I've heard is that depending on where you play, you get more injuries. So if you're playing on turf more, you get more injuries than not. So I think that's another component as well. I'm not sure. I'm curious to know how many people, which teams play the most on turfs and if that correlates to injuries, because that would be an interesting statistic to have. We should check that out.
It does.
Let's say you were putting coaches on a hot seat and some of them are going to get fired. One already got fired. Tomlin, Dable, Rivera, Allen, Eberflus.
Eberflus. Eberflus is not the head coach of the Chicago Bears anymore.
Okay.
He was fired last year, mid-season, and they replaced him with Ben Johnson this year.
Okay.
I guess that's supposed to be Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
He's not been coaching for a minute. Tomlin, Dable looks like he won't get fired because Jackson Dart has kind of come in and saved his job, and then it looks like he's going to buy him another year. Tomlin will most certainly not get fired. He's going to win his division, and it looks like they probably will win a playoff game.
You agree?
Yeah.
You concur? You disagree?
I agree.
Okay. Indianapolis Colts. Are you saying they're going up or going down? Up or down? Just thumbs up or down?
Up.
Up. Tennessee Titans, up or down?
Down.
Broncos, Reese, up or down? Up. The Raiders, up or down?
Down.
The Patriots,
Up.
the Dolphins,
Down.
and finally, Philadelphia Eagles
What, are you talking about this week or in general?
in general.
Down.
Reese, are you saying down too?
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Before we start Thursday night predictions, what do you think about the Browns possibly trading Shadur to the Jets?
Doing the dance, doing the dance, doing the dance for you, Tevin. I'm so happy for you. The Jets got a win. You wouldn't even bet for them today, but I'm so happy for you. I'm happy you got a win. I know you're so loyal, and I'm just happy to see y'all win today. Justin Fields did his thing. Again, condolences to the Jets as well for the death of Mr. Manigault. Nick seems to be a great soul. So sorry he wasn't able to get a donor. Peace and blessings and covering to his family. Amazing that the Jets were able to get a win for him today, I believe. And I'm just happy to see y'all get a win. Devin, thank you for standing with me today, and I'm doing the dance for you today. Doing the dance. Devin, how would you feel about that?
That would be inconsequential.
What do you mean? Say more.
I don't believe that in our system he'd be better than Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields, so it literally doesn't matter. I mean, if we got him, I'd be like, that's cool. We got a nice backup, or maybe he'll play for us, but realistically, I don't think it would move the needle in any significant way. We have a lot of other problems besides quarterback.
So you really don't think he could?
I mean, if you can't beat out Dylan Gabriel, like, I don't know. I mean,
No. The answer is no.
Yeah, no. I mean,
No, but also
really,
in football, if you're paying a guy, you're gonna play him first.
Yeah.
So you got to play him.
It may not purely be based off performance. We have to always keep that in mind.
That's true.
There's other factors.
That's true. But he's QB2 now. He'll get it. He's a backup. He'll get his shot, and we'll see.
He's out today.
Time will tell with this guy. Time will tell.
Next week on What Ya Mama Didn't Tell Ya.
Real quick, though, actually, we didn't talk about the NBA drama. What about it? How did y'all feel about that, the whole betting thing?
I think it's insane. I think it's crazy.
What's crazy about it?
I think it's crazy that we have coaches and players betting on games, and
It's a wild situation. The mafia was involved. It's an absolutely insane story, and the more details we hear about it, the more it's going to develop and turn into something. It's crazy.
Hi, I'm Rochelle. You're watching What Your Mama Didn't Tell Ya, the podcast. If you like what you're hearing, please comment, like, and subscribe.